Podcast Talk. Learn English naturally.
Feeling lost in life.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast Hub. I'm John.
And I'm Daniela. Today's episode is a little different from our usual ones, and honestly, it might be one of the most important we've ever done.
Today, we're talking about feeling lost in life, not just as a vocabulary topic, though we'll give you a lot of vocabulary, but as a real human experience that most people go through at some point.
And here's the thing, being able to talk about this experience in English clearly, honestly, and with the right words is incredibly powerful. Whether you're in therapy, talking to a friend, journaling, or just trying to make sense of where you are.
Language shapes how we understand our own feelings. The more words you have for something, the more clearly you can think about it.
So today we'll cover vocabulary for feeling lost, grammar patterns for expressing confusion and uncertainty, phrases for talking about life direction, and ways to describe the journey back to clarity.
But before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications, and comment below. Let's start at the beginning. What does it actually mean to feel lost in life?
It's that feeling when you don't know who you are, where you're going, or what you want. When nothing feels meaningful or exciting. When you look at your life and think, is this it? Is this really all there is?
It can happen after a big life change, losing a job, ending a relationship, graduating from university, moving to a new country.
Or it can creep up slowly with no obvious cause. You just wake up one day and realize you've been going through the motions for months, maybe years.
And it can feel deeply isolating, like everyone else has figured it out and you're the only one still wandering.
Which is, of course, completely untrue, but that's how it feels.
So let's start building your vocabulary for this experience. We'll organize it into several categories.
Category 1. Core expressions for feeling lost. These are the phrases and words you use to name the experience itself.
I feel lost. Simple, honest, and powerful. Don't underestimate it.
I feel directionless. You have no clear path forward, no sense of where you're heading.
I feel stuck. You want to move but can't, like your feet are in cement. You know something needs to change, but you can't seem to make it happen.
I feel like I'm drifting, moving through life without intention, like a boat with no rudder, going wherever the current takes you.
I feel like I'm going through the motions, doing the things you're supposed to do, work, socializing, daily routines, but without any real feeling or engagement behind it.
I feel disconnected from yourself, from others, from what used to matter to you.
I feel empty, a hollow feeling, like something that should be there isn't. Not necessarily sadness, just absence.
I feel like I've lost my sense of purpose. You used to know why you were doing what you were doing. Now you don't.
I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. A crisis of identity often happens after major life changes or transitions.
I feel like life is passing me by, the sense that time is moving and you're not moving with it. Others are living fully and you're watching from the sidelines.
These expressions are raw and real, and being able to say them clearly in English is the first step towards processing them.
Category 2. Metaphors and imagery for feeling lost. English is rich with metaphorical language for this experience, and native speakers use these constantly.
I'm at a crossroads. You've reached a point where you must choose a direction. Multiple paths ahead, and you don't know which one to take.
I'm in a fog. Everything feels unclear, blurry, hard to see through or think through. Confusion that feels like it surrounds you.
I'm treading water, working hard just to stay in the same place, putting in effort but not going anywhere.
I'm spinning my wheels. Similar. Lots of movement, lots of effort, no real progress.
I've lost my way, a classic expression. You were on a path, but somewhere along the line you got off it.
I'm running on empty. Your energy, motivation, and enthusiasm are completely depleted.
I feel like I'm sleepwalking through life, going through the motions in a semi-conscious state, present physically, but not really there.
I can't see the forest for the trees. So caught up in small details or day-to-day survival that you've completely lost sight of the bigger picture.
I feel like I've hit a wall, reached a point where you simply cannot continue the way you've been going. Progress has stopped.
I'm searching for something, but I don't know what. Perhaps the most honest description of feeling lost. The longing is real, but the object of it is unclear.
These metaphors are incredibly useful because they communicate complex feelings quickly and poetically. When you say, "I'm in a fog," someone instantly understands, not just intellectually, but emotionally.
Category 3, vocabulary for the emotional experience. Feeling lost isn't one single emotion. It's a cluster.
Confusion, bewildered, disoriented, uncertain, unsure, unclear, at a loss.
Bewildered, deeply confused, almost to the point of distress, more intense than just confused.
Disoriented, you've lost your bearings. You don't know where you are or where you're going, literally or metaphorically.
Anxiety, anxious, uneasy, restless, on edge, unsettled, apprehensive.
Unsettled is particularly useful here. It captures that low-level discomfort, the feeling that something is off but you can't quite name it.
Sadness and emptiness, melancholy, deflated, flat, hollow, joyless, numb.
Melancholy, a gentle but persistent sadness. Not depression exactly, more like a quiet ache.
Flat, everything feels two-dimensional. Colors aren't as bright. Food doesn't taste as good. Joy doesn't land the same way.
Exhaustion. Burnt out, depleted, drained, exhausted, worn down, weary.
Weary is a beautiful word, deeper than tired. It carries a sense of having been carrying something heavy for a long time.
Disconnection. Alienated, isolated, detached, withdrawn, estranged.
Alienated, feeling like a stranger, even in your own life, your own body, your own relationships.
Now let's talk about grammar patterns for discussing this topic because how you structure these conversations matters.
Pattern 1. I've been feeling, the present perfect continuous. This is crucial because feeling lost isn't usually a one-moment thing. It builds over time.
I've been feeling stuck for months now. I've been feeling really disconnected lately. The structure, I've been feeling, signals duration. This has been going on for a while.
Pattern 2. I used to, but now I, for describing the contrast between who you were and who you are.
I used to know exactly what I wanted, but now I have no idea. I used to wake up excited about my day. Now I just don't.
This pattern is so expressive because it captures the sense of loss, the before and after. Something has shifted.
Pattern 3. Part of me wants to, but another part of me, for expressing internal conflict.
Part of me wants to quit everything and start over, but another part of me is terrified of change. Part of me knows what I need to do, but another part just can't seem to do it.
This pattern is psychologically accurate. When you feel lost, you often feel pulled in opposite directions at once.
Pattern 4. I can't seem to, for expressing inability that isn't simple laziness or lack of effort.
I can't seem to get motivated anymore. I can't seem to find joy in the things that used to make me happy. The phrase can't seem to is softer and more honest than can't. It implies you're trying, but something is blocking you.
Pattern 5. I keep wondering, for voicing the recurring questions of feeling lost.
I keep wondering if I made the wrong choices. I keep wondering if there's something more for me. I keep wondering why I feel this way when my life looks fine from the outside.
That last one is so important. The gap between how your life looks and how it feels. Many people feel lost in objectively good circumstances, and that gap creates guilt on top of the lostness.
Now let's talk about how to discuss feeling lost in conversation, because sometimes we need to talk to someone about this, and having the language makes that conversation easier.
Opening the conversation.
Can I be honest with you about something?
I've been going through something lately, and I'm not sure how to explain it.
I feel like I'm at a real turning point, and I don't know which way to turn.
I don't want to complain, but I've been feeling really off recently.
It's hard to explain, but it feels like I've lost my sense of direction. It's like I'm waiting for my real life to begin, but I don't know what I'm waiting for. I feel like I'm doing everything right, and yet something fundamental is missing.
It's not that anything is terribly wrong. It's more like nothing feels right either.
I'm not looking for advice. I just need to talk it through.
I think I just need someone to listen.
I'm trying to figure out where to go from here.
I think I need to make some changes. I'm just not sure where to start.
Now let's talk about the other side, the language of finding your way. Because feeling lost isn't permanent, and English has beautiful expressions for the journey back.
I'm starting to find my footing, beginning to feel more stable, more grounded, like you're finding the ground beneath you.
Things are beginning to click into place. Pieces of the puzzle are starting to connect. Clarity is emerging.
I'm slowly figuring out what matters to me. Gradual self-discovery, not a sudden revelation, but a slow awakening.
I'm learning to sit with uncertainty. One of the most mature things a person can say, accepting that not everything needs an immediate answer.
I feel like I'm coming back to myself, returning to who I really am, after a period of feeling disconnected from that.
I've started to reconnect with what I actually value, rediscovering your own compass.
I'm taking things one day at a time, releasing the pressure of the big picture and focusing on what's immediately in front of you.
I've stopped trying to have it all figured out and started just living, surrendering the need for a perfect plan and trusting the process.
Something shifted. I'm not sure exactly when or how, but I feel lighter. The mysterious, often unexplainable way that healing happens.
I've given myself permission to not have all the answers, perhaps the most liberating sentence of all.
Now let's do a demonstration. John, I'm going to describe feeling lost using really basic English. Then let's build it up together.
Perfect.
Basic. I don't know what I want. I'm sad and confused. I don't know what to do with my life. I feel bad.
Now let's build that into something fuller. I've been feeling really lost lately. Not in a dramatic way, more like a quiet disorientation that's been building for months. I feel like I'm drifting, like I go through my days doing what I'm supposed to do, but there's this persistent sense that I've lost the thread of my own life somewhere. I used to have a clear sense of what I was working toward, but I can't seem to access that anymore. Part of me wants to make sweeping changes, but another part just feels too exhausted to begin. Mostly, I just keep wondering, is this normal? Is everyone secretly feeling this way?
That is so much more expressive and, honestly, more honest.
Notice what we used: quiet disorientation, building from months, lost the thread, I used to, can't seem to, part of me, another part, keep wondering.
Every pattern we practiced, right there in a natural flowing paragraph.
And, importantly, it doesn't sound dramatic or self-indulgent. It sounds like a real person trying to articulate something real.
Now let's talk about a specific and very common version of feeling lost. Feeling lost in a foreign country or a new culture, because many of our listeners are living this right now.
Moving abroad adds a layer to feeling lost. You're not just figuring out your own life, you're doing it in a new language, in an unfamiliar culture, often far from your support network.
Expressions for this experience: culture shock hit me harder than I expected. I feel like a stranger in my own daily life. I know the language, but I don't always understand the culture.
I've lost the version of myself that I was back home. Your identity was partly constructed by your environment, your language, your relationships. When those change, who are you?
I'm still building my life here, and some days it feels like starting from zero. I miss feeling like I belong somewhere, really belong, not just live.
These are valid, important feelings, and being able to name them in English is actually a powerful act.
Now let's talk about practical language for seeking help, because feeling lost is sometimes a signal that professional support could be valuable.
Talking to a therapist or counselor. I've been struggling with my sense of direction, and I think it would help to talk to someone.
I feel like there's something I'm not processing on my own, and I could use some support.
I've been feeling stuck for a long time, and I think therapy might help me get unstuck.
These are honest, clear, and completely non-stigmatizing ways to seek support. Practice saying them out loud.
Now let's create our action plan.
Day 1. Journal in English for 10 minutes about where you are in life right now. Use at least 5 expressions from today's episode. Don't edit yourself, just write.
Day 2. Learn and internalize the metaphors. in a fog, treading water, at a crossroads, lost the thread. Use each one in a sentence that feels personally true.
Day 3. Practice the grammar patterns. Write 3 sentences using I've been feeling, 3 using I used to, but now, 3 using part of me, but another part, 3 using I can't seem to. These structures carry emotional truth.
Day 4. Write or record a monologue, like the one we demonstrated, about a time when you felt lost. 3 to 5 minutes. Use the vocabulary and patterns from this episode.
Day 5. Find a conversation partner or write a dialogue. Practice the phrases for opening a vulnerable conversation. Can I be honest with you about something? Practice both giving and receiving.
Ongoing. When you read, watch films, or listen to podcasts in English, notice how this experience is described. Collect the expressions that resonate. Build your personal vocabulary of emotional honesty. Let's close with our key takeaways.
Key point 1. Feeling lost is universal. You are not alone in this experience, and you are not behind. Almost everyone goes through it.
Key point 2. Language helps. The more precisely you can name what you're feeling, the more clearly you can understand it, and the more effectively you can talk about it.
Key point 3. Use the metaphors. In a fog, treading water, at a crossroads, these communicate instantly and emotionally.
Key point 4. Use the right grammar patterns. I've been feeling, I used to, but now, part of me, another part, I can't seem to. These structures carry emotional truth.
Key point 5. Know how to open the conversation. Having phrases ready for vulnerable moments makes it easier to actually have them.
Key point 6. The language of finding your way is just as important. Finding my footing, coming back to myself, learning to sit with uncertainty. These are expressions of growth and resilience.
And key point 7. Language is not just communication. When you name something painful in another language, you're processing it differently, sometimes more clearly. Use that.
Thank you all so much for being here today. This was a topic close to both our hearts, and we hope it gave you something valuable, not just for your English, but for your life.
If you're going through something difficult right now, please know you're not alone, and you have more words than you think to talk about it.
Subscribe, share this episode with someone who might need it, and leave us a review.
Until next time, speak honestly, speak bravely.
Take care of yourselves, everyone.